This building is an asset for us all to use, whether it's just in a credentials presentation, because some clients still need to see bricks and mortar, or whether it's actually as a physical space that you want to use the rooms and the facilities and stuff, either for you to work or for you to run a meeting or meet a client, or sometimes it's a good thing to have a place, even though we're all lighter than air balance sheets and working from our living rooms or wherever. One of the roles for the centre is going to be a constant fountain of innovation. All right? That will be fed partly by the network of people. So you'll be coming up with stuff, and you will, and everybody, and all that stuff goes into the centre so that we can all share everybody else's kind of new thinking and how you deliver stuff. But also we're going to be delivering stuff. Ideology is a new book which is going to come out next year, which has been already commissioned by our publisher Wiley, and it's about the thinking behind thinking. So where Think, the first book, was just kind of on the surface, if you like. It's like sparking. This stuff is going to be the roots underneath it. Just while I'm on this, when we run workshops, we tend to, first of all, do the fertilizer in the ground. So we teach people about the psychology of good thinking. So being generous, being open, being kind, being sort of optimistic, those kind of psychologies are very important to creative thinking. There's a time and a place for criticism. It isn't at the beginning of innovation, it's more at the end. So when you're working, that's the first thing you do. You lay the foundations well, because then you can put the tools on top. Because if you put the tools into where you've got cynicism and kind of can't be bothered, and it just doesn't work, because it's just not kind of healthy either. So because you can get a jarring, and if you ever come across a team where they're saying, oh, we've just made all these redundancies, made all these cuts, and the whole organisation's really pissed off and there's a really bad vibe, blah, blah, blah. Can you come in and run in a really high-level energy, creative thinking workshop day? No. Because it's about calibration. All right, so, maybe we'll work and do some consulting and bring the key people on, and then we can do some stuff, but not. Because they'll be there, you'll be here, and all you'll get is criticism. People will go, who do they think they are? They're coming in. So these are our 4 pillars, if you like, or blocks of how we work. Expertise comes from your own individual expertise, but also an endless piece of research, which is the rest of your life, which is reading and learning and going to college and doing courses and understanding all this stuff, because innovation and creative thinking and the psychology behind it is more than one lifetime's work. So expertise, but then we can share each other's. All right. So if you've got that piece and I need that piece, we'll draw down on each other. Passion is not just heavy rain in Ballymena. Passion time is you've got to be Celtic to get that. It's about that Wednesday when you've got to get up and do it, and you don't really want, you've got to find that passion, and I love this stuff. I genuinely do, and it comes across. People get it. Creativity obviously makes sense, and fun. Right, so it's like, if you're going to do something for a wee while or for the rest of your life, I think you better make it fun. Quite frankly. All right. So I want to talk about you. I said I would just do a wee setup, and then I'll do some more slides later. But we talk about business to business, right? And we talk about business to consumer. And I'm really interested in B to D, which is a concept that was brought to me from working with Save the Children. And I do a lot of work in my consultancy, because I have one, so that like you do. And I do buy one, get one free with charities. I half my rate for a start, and then I do buy one, get one free. So every day I do of work, I give them another day free. I don't do it all free. I just think that's important, that you get paid for what you do and they value it more. But they introduced me to the concept of what were you born to do? and I love it. And I think that part of what we do is we find individuals in companies and we check out what they were born to do and we make sure they're doing it. And sometimes when you're doing that work, people leave, you know, and move on or move departments or whatever. But, you know, I was born to do this. I really was, and I love it. And they, talking about doing little videos and stuff, in order to launch this campaign that they've got, which is about No Child Was Born to Die, which is their new campaign that's launched this year. The agency that they work with did this video, and I just think it's lovely. I'm just going to share it.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy, may your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds are changing shift. May your heart always be joyful, may your song always be sung, and may you stay forever young.
It's a great way to pitch an idea, isn't it? Very good. I mean, you wouldn't need to say anything if you go into a pitch and that's you go. Fantastic. We have obviously an endless list of tools. I mean, it is literally infinite because it's as many as you can imagine in your head. But then there's all these tools and techniques that are out there in the market, and there's tools and techniques we can make up for ourselves. But we have our favourites. Brain writing is one of my favourites, and a new one that's come from India, Jugaad, is another favourite. So I'm going to share those two with you. And these tools in the toolkit, some of them belong in absorption, some of them belong in explosion, some of them will belong in consolidation. We'll explain how that works. But we're going to use a couple that belong in explosion. And I'll tell you about one that belongs in consolidation, but I'm not going to make you go through it because it's, you know, when you get to the end of the day, it's tiring, and which is why you shouldn't do this stuff for too long, and you shouldn't do the whole model in one day with anybody, because you tend to get to about this time when you need to do consolidation, and consolidation's another big task, and you need quite good positive energy. And if you're feeling a bit like, oh, I just need to lie down, it's not very good after lunch activity to do consolidation because it's too kind of hard. But I'm just going to go through some of these slides. So we've got some of these slides that we use for credentials. So you can create your own credentials PDF, and what we tend to do is we've got like a credentials template with 4 or 5 slides which just have a bit about us, a bit about our clients, and a bit about, you know, what some of these clients have said. So this was a director from Muller. And we, you know, but we can adapt these, and you can adapt these to your own clients and your own needs. Because if it wasn't a business you were talking to, clearly that one wouldn't be too helpful, you know. So we've got a few that are credential slides, and then some which are more techniques, and it depends on what you're using it for.